Hey, yoga mamas and friends. Today I wanted to share a little bit about what I've been writing about on my Urban Yoga Mama Substack newsletter. And I've been writing a bit about the first chakra, Muladhara chakra, which is our root. Sometimes it's called a root chakra. So maybe you know what the chakras are, maybe you don't. Basically, it's just energy centers in the body that are lined up along the spine. So they're energy, meaning subtle. They won't be something you can see or really touch, but it's sort of a map for us to think about how our bodies and minds operate on different levels of consciousness. And that root chakra is all about survival, safety, stability, and like a sense of belonging. So it's our foundation. Even if we've had the safest upbringing or created lots of stability in our lives, there can always be challenges with it. All you have to do is read the news and suddenly you don't feel safe anymore in the world. So safety is not just a thing you have in your external environment. It's something you can feel in your own body. You might have the safest lifestyle situation, but you might feel unsafe. Like I said, you might read the news or hear about something, and that just kind of puts your nervous system into a tailspin of just feeling unsafe. So it's subjective. It's also objective outside of us, but the subjective part is sort of like a physiological, psychological thing. Anyways, read my post on urbanyogamama.com for more. I'll put the link to that post in the description of this video. But what I wanted to talk about here was shifting our posture so we could feel safer. So you might notice that sometimes if you're feeling anxious or threatened or like really uncomfortable in a situation, your posture might do kind of like a hunching, rounding, like a protective feeling. It's totally natural. This is a response that is kind of part of your survival mechanism, but a lot of times that won't do anything to keep you safe. It's just a physiological response. So if you find yourself in an uncomfortable or even a mildly unsafe situation, and you have that slouch, kind of cringe posture, take a moment, breathe out all the way. And then when you're ready to inhale, just lengthen, and you'll notice it starts at the hips. Lengthen the spine, open up the chest. And as you open the chest, roll and externally rotate your shoulders out. See how my palms face up. And we could turn this into a movement, contrasting the rounding of our spine with the arching of our spine. This is a seated cat-cow. The arms can come along for the ride. Start the movement in your hips. Tilt the hips forward, arch the spine, lower, middle, upper spine, shoulders rotate, palms face up, even the face looks up. Let's try that a few times at the pace of our own breath. You could go faster or slower than me. Find your pace, rounding and exhaling, hands on your thighs, looking down. Inhaling, arching, arms open up, face looks up. Continue at your own pace, exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, arching, opening up. Let's try a couple more times, breathing out, rounding. Inhaling, opening. One more time, exhale, round. And inhale, open. Slide out and shake your arms. All right, it can be helpful to translate that kind of confident, open, stable stance into an actual standing position. So find yourself on your feet. Get there however is comfortable for you. I like to roll up. Okay, so it's helpful to have the hands on the hips, and that way you can kind of gauge what position the hips are in. It's very natural when you're kind of crouching or feeling threatened to kind of tuck your tailbone. Think of a dog with its tail tucked between its legs. We do that too. We just don't have a tail. We have a tailbone. So imagine like a baseball is flying at you and you're like, oh no, I'm going to protect myself. So the arm's in front of you, the spine is rounded, the tail is tucked. So we'll bring that same cat-cow movement into our spine, inhaling, opening the front of the body, arms out, looking up, and exhaling, rounding, curling the spine, looking down. It's a bigger movement when we're standing. Follow your breath, inhaling, opening up. You can breathe through the nose, inhaling and exhaling, or you can breathe out through the mouth, whatever feels most relaxing to you. Try it a couple more times at your pace. Remember, exhale when you round the spine. Inhale when you open or arch the spine. Oh, it feels so good if you've been sitting all day just to move the spine in this way. And then shake everything out. I find shaking so helpful for relaxing the body, letting go of tension. Okay, similar idea. We're going to bring the feet a little wider than hip width. Not so wide, not too close, but sort of like, see that triangle that my legs are making. I'm going to turn so you can see. Okay, so keeping that openness in the chest. Face is looking forward, belly is open, breathe in. And then exhale and hinge at the hip as you come forward. And just come halfway. You can put the hands on the thighs or the knees. And do a little side to side swing. Bend one knee and then the other. And this is just sort of loosening up our legs so that when we stand in a brave, open, stable posture, it feels more natural. All right, so slowly keep that swing side to side and stand up. Now again, bring your feet like kind of hip width apart, like you're just standing normally in a situation or standing alone. And again, imagine that situation where you're kind of flinching, like something's coming at you. Maybe you tuck your tailbone and you put your arms in front of you. That's a guarded position. It's not a bad thing. It's just that sometimes we do that in a very subtle, energetic way. Maybe I'm just standing, but I'm kind of slouched like that. So let's bring our hands to our hips. Tilt the pelvis just slightly forward. It doesn't have to be a lot. Open the chest and look slightly up. Now, if it feels better to have the arms hanging down, I invite you to do that as well. Or the hands to the hip. But notice now I'm in this like Superman, Superwoman pose. Someone actually did a study on this where they found that people felt more confident when they put their hands on their hips and did the Superwoman pose. So, like, if you're standing in line at Costco and you don't want to look like a weirdo and shift into this big dramatic, like, superhero posture, just do a very subtle version. So you're standing there, maybe you notice you're doing that slouch and that tailbone tuck, and then bend your knees for a moment, and as you slowly straighten the legs, pelvis tilts forward slightly, not too much, chest opens, arms rotate out, palms face a little more out. Take a breath in, relax, and the shoulders come down. Let's try it again. It's really subtle. So again, you're slouching, maybe the tailbone's a little bit tucked, and you go, oh, I feel like I'm guarding myself, kind of almost energetically. Next time you inhale, slowly bend the knees, and then as you straighten them, tuck the pelvis forward just slightly so the belly stretches, open the chest, externally rotate, shoulders, palms face out a bit. And when you exhale, the shoulders relax. And as you do that, you might do a little affirmation like, I am safe, or I am strong. Those are great affirmations for the root chakra. Another shift you can do, and this is something I learned in a trauma resiliency course, is if you do feel sort of mildly unsafe or uncomfortable or anxious, it's nice to practice a little self-touch. Like you can put one hand on your heart, one on your belly, or maybe both hands on your heart. You can even cross your arms, and for some people that's very secure feeling. So as long as you do that without slouching forward, just stay open in the chest, shoulders relaxed. And this is a form of containment. Containment is something you can do to bring a sense of security. It helps you notice like the differentiation between what's going on around you and what you're feeling on the inside. So maybe you do feel anxious or worried, and you put your hands on your body in whatever way feels comfortable to you. And you get that solid sense of like, I am here. Maybe my thoughts are spiraling out there, but I am here. And maybe I feel anxious, but I feel my heart and I am here for myself. So these are really basic practices. They might seem like they're going to do nothing, but I'm going to challenge myself to try this more. I haven't been feeling a ton of anxiety lately, but who knows, life is changeable and full, and who knows what might come up. But choose your adventure. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's that sort of postural shift I showed you. And if you find yourself in a moment where you feel even just a little anxious or worried, you can make that little shift and kind of bring your breath into it. Make sure your breath is moving. It doesn't have to be coordinated in exactly a certain way. So give that a try. Let me know how it goes. If you want to share your experience, I hope you check out Urban Yoga Mama at Substack for the post that links to this video. And I hope you have a great day.